Hello and welcome to Stephen's Creative Finance. Your opportunity now. If you're listening and you're seeing the first 3 videos and decided to get all set up to where now you're on Coinbase and you've made your Bitcoin purchase for what you can afford to do, this next week is potentially going to be our last chance at this $40,000 cost basis. If the Security Exchange Commission or SEC approves the Bitcoin spot price ETF on a brokerage account where you can buy shares of that, it's going to raise it up to $100,000. So you need to have as much as you can at this $40,000 level cost basis because we will never see it again. And this is where you're going to harness the potential for making what you're putting into it even more valuable as we move into April's halving. And it goes up to $400,000 per coin. Yes, if you're an ETF and you have a fractional share there, that's going to rise as well. That's kind of the hope, that you're getting as much Bitcoin now as you can before the ETF goes into place. So that way you have the $40,000 cost basis potentially for the rest of your life. And that will always be under $100,000, which is going to be the new bar when the ETF goes into place. And so you'll want to do both if you can of your Bitcoin investment right now, holding on to that investment because it's at 40,000 and going to rise through all the increases coming between here and April and will become your most valuable asset that you've got because it'll be based at 40,000 going through the 100,000 up to 400,000. So then when the ETF gets approved, if you have a brokerage account or you don't, then you need to look into potentially getting one if you have more that you can invest there as well. And so you can go into your brokerage account when the ETF becomes live and buy fractional shares of that. Unless you have your $100,000, you can just buy a whole share and hold on, because the potential is if you have at least one Bitcoin at this $40,000 mark, that's going to become 400,000 in April. And if you have one share of the ETF at 100,000, you'll get a $300,000 gain and you'll be on your road to doing well. For the rest of us that are struggling with this, we want to put what we can right now into this $40,000 cost basis. Then we want to put what we can into the ETF as it comes out before it changes up to the $400,000 platform. So that way you have both going on for you, where your Bitcoin at the $40,000 mark, if you hold on to it longer and hopefully years, then you can get even more gains off of it and help yourself out to future prosperity as well. In the ETF, you buy the shares and you get the gains. So that way, if you have family emergencies or other things come up, you can buy and sell out of the ETF. The ETF is going to be around longer than the actual acquisition of Bitcoin. So you'll always be able to buy and sell out of the ETF long term and find smaller gains here and there to help yourself out while holding on to your nest egg in the actual physical Bitcoin at 40,000 to grow long term for your retirement. I hope that you're getting started. I hope you're doing something about it before the SEC comes out with the Bitcoin ETF spot pricing potentially this next week. And thank you for getting started. I hope this is prosperous for your life. Have a wonderful day.